Finally, it's really my great pleasure to ask Miguel Angel Moratinos, the chairman of UNUART, who brings us this concert every year, and our new colleague, to come and say a few words before we start listening to the music. Miguel Angel, you have the floor.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, let me welcome all of you to this fifth Human Rights Geneva concert. I thank all of you for being with us tonight. I think we could agree that this Human Rights Geneva concert has become a traditional rendezvous in this encounter between human rights, music, painting, that try to embrace each other in order to make a better world. Tonight, as our dear friend Michael Moore has already pointed, and the President of the Council of Human Rights also, and Secretary of State Irene Lozano, this concert coincides with several anniversaries. From the Spanish point of view, as Mr. Michael Moore has referred, the 40th anniversary of the Spanish Constitution. In relation with the United Nations, there are two important events. 70 years ago, it was adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And we cannot see mention and recognize that during these 70 years, never human rights has been so much anchored in the UN system. Secretary General Antonio Guterres has made of the human rights one of the most important pillars on the UN reform. And the Human Rights Council that have their meetings, their gathering here every day, has demonstrated that it's not a secondary place of the UN system. On the contrary, it has become a permanent reference in order to reinforce the role of UN family. And at this stage, I have to really praise the role of the President of the Human Rights Council, Ambassador Bohuslav Such, for his tremendous work during this year. I know that you've been helped by the Spanish ambassador. He was Deputy President, Vice President of Human Rights Council, Cristobal González Ayer, and that your council has adopted and has worked with a lot of energy and a lot of leadership in order to promote and defend human rights. But this year, we also coincide with the 10th anniversary of the opening of inauguration of this room, of Room 20. 10 years ago, time flies. We were, some of us here in this room, with Her Majesty, Queen Juan Carlos and Queen Sofia, for the inauguration session of the Room 20. King Juan Carlos and Queen Sofia were accompanied by President Erdogan, the President of Swiss Confederation, and the Secretary General of UN, Ban Ki-moon. But there were two personalities that we have to pay tribute to the work and the realization of this fantastic masterpiece that we are contemplating tonight. The first, my dear President of the Spanish government, José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero, that without his help, his backing, his visions, his support, we, the Spanish Foreign Ministry, and all his team will not be able to achieve this tremendous adventure. So, my dear President, thank you very much, José Luis, for all your vision and our capacity to look forward and to have, from behalf of Spain, to the UN, give this fantastic piece of art. Thank you. But we have another great personality. Last year he was with us in this human rights concert. Unfortunately, tonight he's not with us. He passed away in August. He was one of the most, I would say, recognized leader in the international arena. He was the former Secretary of the United Nations, Kofi Annan. I will have this plea to give him from onward and for Human Rights Concert or for Room 20 to ask you just to stand up or keep silent for a short period for his memory and for recognizing his legacy to the UN system. Thank you. Okay. My dear friends, tonight we are going to assist again to this human rights concert, the successful marriage between music, human rights, and painting. This concert, again, has been possible only because we have encountered with UN and with my dear friend Michael Muller, United Nations Director of Geneva office, all his team, that has made possible that this collaboration between UNWAR and UN is a success. Of course, we have also to great, and I would say, express our gratitude to our Chinese friends that have discovered UNWAR Foundation, the World Public Diplomacy Institute organization that has cooperated with UNWAR on the Silk Road Initiative, have agreed with us to support UNWAR activities, and we thank Mr. Ma Zhenxuan and my dear friend, Mr. Basley Sakbi, for the permanent assistance and backing. Tonight we have also to welcome the new Secretary of State of Global Spain, Irene Lozano. Welcome, Secretary of State. I think you have demonstrated in your speech your enthusiasm and the demonstration that Spain has always have this fantastic scope how cultural instruments, cultural activities can help and promote the Spanish role in the international community. And also I cannot forget that we have the chance to have this concert because we have the support and backing of the regional government of Baleares, or Balearic Island, and the president, Armengol, Francina Armengol, and his Counselor of Culture, Fanny Tour, are coming with us, supporting us, and giving his symphonic orchestra, directed by the great conductor Pablo Mielgo, the opportunity to listen to music. We will have the voices of Leo Nucci, of Fatma Said, and Huilin Su. And I hope we will agree that we'll have a fantastic night. But let me, before concluding, to share with you my three main convictions. My three main convictions are, first, human rights, second, multilateralism, and third, the alliance of civilization. Yes, human rights. Because without human rights, without the human dimension, without the human dignity, without the human respect, you cannot build any multilateral framework. And that's the reason the UN system should be based and should be rooted with human rights. Secondly, multilateralism. Everybody, and I think everybody that attends this concert, were much in favor of multilateralism. What kind of multilateralism are you looking for? A multilateralism have to be efficient, have to be innovative, have to really produce results. And I think we should work all together for that. I salute the presence of my Sciences Po students that yesterday were visiting the UN premises, and they received the lessons, the experiences of the Director General, Michael Muller, of the representative of different UN agencies based here in Geneva. And I can assure you that they came out of this meeting being sure that they are going to defend a new kind of multilateralism. They will be the ones who will write down the new 14 points, like Woodrow Wilson did 100 years ago when he was trying to make peace after the First World War. And my third conviction, my dear friend, is the alliance of civilization. Yes, alliance of means working together, having a common destiny, a common goal, with different culture, religion, civilization. And we have to understand that we can live together, and we have to recognize and adapt ourselves that the others' differences can improve your personal life. So for all that, I think these three conventions should gather together for the future of my activities. Before coming to an end, I have to say you that, I don't know, most probably it will be my last concert as a chairman of Onward Foundation. Most of you have been already informed that I have the honor that Secretary General Antonio Guterres has appointed me a High Representative for the Alliance of Civilization. So when I go to depart, after having had this fantastic experience during 5 years, I want to thank all the people who work with me. I have to thank my team, what I will call my dream team, particularly Ambassador Juan Antonio Marc, the Vice President of UNWAR, Mr. Fernando Sayo, Juan Carlos Gutierrez, and Peggy. 5 persons, including me, 5 persons only, every year making the dream to become reality, assisted by Michael Muller, by David Sigvase, by Francesco Pisano, 8 persons altogether, and we achieved that. So we are ready. We can achieve this magic night only with the help and assistance and the work and the commitment of 8 persons. Can I ask you that all together could make a better world for our generation and for future generations? Thank you very much. Enjoy the music. Thank you very much.